Hello, my friend. You're listening to the Sort Yourself Out podcast. This week, we're discussing how to turn your pet peeves, those things you love to hate and rant about, into your own private therapy room. I'm your host, Janine Hunt, natural health therapist for over 30 years, hypnotherapist, lifelong student, and spiritual seeker. I like to seek out the most effective practices and techniques that provide the greatest bang for my buck and the fastest route to freedom from whatever is holding us back. I can't wait to share with you these powerful techniques so that you too can sort yourself out, know deeper meaning in your life, and best of all, a sense of inner peace. So let's get started. Well, hello there, and thank you so much for joining me today. This week's episode is all about release and letting go and freeing ourselves from those annoyances that pop up repeatedly in our lives and that we allow to consume us. So I want you to pick some frustration or pet peeve or irritation and bring it into your own personal therapy room today so you can let it go and live a more peaceful life. Now, here's an example of how I did this from my life. Now, I'm a little embarrassed to admit, but I am prone to road rage. I used to be driving to work in the morning, and I was always short on time. And then somebody would turn out in front of me and then drive at a snail's pace. And that would totally send me off on one. Let the ranting begin. And I would descend into this inner and unfortunately sometimes outer mind chatter about how inconsiderate that person was. There was no one behind me. They could have waited, blah, 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 blah. Or I'd get behind a tractor. Now, I live in the country, and most of my route was along country roads. So if I get stuck behind a tractor, I might be there for a while. Now, I am not at all proud of this propensity, and it certainly did not make for a great start to my work day. So one day, I caught myself as I was about to launch on a rant and thought, why am I doing this to myself? You know, it's not even as if the other drivers are hearing my message. And also, I wouldn't even want them to hear it, as it's something I really don't like about myself and that I'm embarrassed about. So I don't want them to witness my shame and spew vitriol on other people. No, I don't want to do that. So I decided to let it go. I thought, this does me no good whatsoever. So after that, whenever something triggered my road rage as I was driving along, I would choose not to go there. Instead, I would bless the inconsiderate shit for giving me an opportunity to liberate myself and to experience peace instead of stress and frustration. And I could really feel it. It definitely created a shift in me as I allowed irritation to dissolve and chose peace instead. Now, I don't know what your issue is that you want to release, but I bet you've got a few you can think of. Because let's face it, people are irritating, but it's a choice we make to be irritated. So why not let it go? Now, this is not about being a doormat, and it does not apply to all issues. This is especially good, though, for those things that we can handle within ourselves, where our acceptance and release of resistance is a personal choice because it's about managing ourselves. For other issues, it could be that you need to have a conversation with someone to clear the air or to set some boundaries. Now, you might also need to make some adjustments in your life to make room for this release. For example, in my road rage situation, I needed to allow myself a few more minutes to get to work so that my timing was not always down to the wire. So if I got stuck behind a combine harvester for a few kilometers, I could just relax and maybe take in the scenery a bit more around me because I was going at a slower pace. Nice and easy. No stress. No anxiety. No cursing the bastard farmer. Now, the beauty of this is that you are bringing mindfulness into your daily life. You need to catch yourself in the process of going off on a rant before you give in heart and soul to it. So this is what mindfulness is all about. It's this ability to observe your feelings and your thoughts, and consequently to choose your reactions instead of being triggered automatically by all this external stuff that you cannot control. This is what leads to mastery of your thoughts and emotions. And that is the path to inner peace. Oh, that is just so true. You master your mind and you feel peaceful. Wow. So, choose something that you're going to work on for a couple of weeks, some reaction that you'd like to let go of. Bring it into your own personal therapy room. For you, it's probably not the car, but choose something, bring it into your own personal therapy room, and let that bugger go. It's for your own good. Now, I have a free guided meditation that you might find really helpful to free you of these automatic reactions and these old stuck energies and patterns and outmoded beliefs. It's called the Quantum Liberation Spa, and it's a 20-minute session in which you are guided to clear yourself of energies that do not serve you and to restore the divine blueprint of optimal function, balance, harmony, and wholeness. Now, doesn't that sound nice? Also in this session, you create a powerful anchor to access a heightened state of well-being whenever and wherever you want to help you maintain a positive attitude. So that can be really useful for you to use when you need to give yourself a boost. So you can get this at the inspirationcloud.com/SYO34, and I'll put a link in the show notes. And if you're interested in learning more deeply about all of these fascinating topics and practices that we discuss in the Sort Yourself Out podcast that take you further on your spiritual path and amplify your well-being and your positive impact in the world, why don't you sign up to the waitlist for my upcoming Inner Circle membership? Go on over to the inspirationcloud.com/membership to get on the waitlist, and I'll keep you in the loop. That's the inspirationcloud.com/membership. Okay, my friend, that is all for today. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really do appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. I really hope you found it helpful and full of uplifting ideas that you can put into practice in your life. And if you have, chances are your friends and family will too. So please share it with them on social media. You'll be helping them to sort themselves out, because I bet you think they need it, right? But seriously, you'll also be doing me a huge favor, and I will be eternally grateful for your generosity. It would also be lovely if you would leave me a review on iTunes, preferably a nice one, please. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast while you're there. If you have any questions or would like me to address a certain topic, I'd love to hear from you. You can email me at info@theinspirationcloud.com. Have a good one, folks. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week.